You alright? Have we got any hardcore Monkeyshiners in who've been all 3 weeks? Oh yeah. Well, I just wanted to say that first of all, before I start, you might have noticed I've got a bit of a fat lip there. Can you see that? Yeah. Well, can you see over there? Yeah. I just thought I'd tell you that. It's irrelevant. I got kicked in the face at rugby yesterday. Good times. First game, first minute in, from my own teammate. Yeah, those of you who've been here 3 weeks, I bet you're thinking the same as I am. What the fuck am I doing on again? Cheers, Ollie. I asked him the same thing. Don't worry, you don't need to come next week because I'm not. No, do come, it'll be alright. I thought I'd point that out because from the back it might look like I've got a little bit of oral herpes coming on or something. From those of you who've been here for the past weeks, along with shitting myself, being called Lydia Chlamydia, oral herpes isn't really one that I want to add to the growing list of wonderful attributes of Lydia Johnson. So just get that out of the way now. I found this article, I want to share it with you. It's from the Telegraph, it's a real article. It's by Oliver Pritchett. Basically, he's interviewed a northern guy, Jack from Yorkshire, about the north-south divide and how it's grown in the last 10 years. Basically, this knobhead has interviewed a northerner, embellished everything that he's heard, and just made northerners sound like twats. So I'm going to get him back right now, Oliver Pritchett. He starts off by saying, Jack took out his Swiss Army knife, in brackets, with whippet neutering attachments, and cut himself a plug of extra strong nicotine chewing gum. For one, Oliver Pritchett, I'm pretty sure Swiss Army knives up north are the same as you have down south. Not like you have like nail files and pop-up mirrors, and we've got whippet neutering attachments. Secondly, we don't carry around big blocks of chewing gum in our pocket, pull out our whippet neutering Swiss Army knife to cut a bit of it. I'm pretty sure Jack popped in a Wrigley's and Oliver went, well that was a bit boring, I don't know what to say. No, it's bollocks, Oliver Pritchett, you're a dick. He then goes on to say that Jack said, when I were a lad, I had to walk 13 miles there and back every day just to get a decent signal on my mobile phone. I thought nothing of doing it 3 times a day, and sometimes at tea time my mum would send me out again to see if I got a text message. No, I think Jack said, do you know what, Oliver, signal's a bit shit round here, sometimes I have to go to the back door. That's what he said. That's what he said. Well, apparently, to Oliver, Jack reckons he walks a longer distance than the London Marathon every day to get a signal on his phone, and sometimes his mum sends him out after his tea. So what does she say? Oh, I hope you enjoyed your drive, Jack. Go and see if you've got a text message. I'll see you at breakfast. The last bit, it's probably my favourite bit. He's talking to Jack about the population growth in London and if it's affected people up north. So Jack says, there are places around here where 2/3 of the population have just upped and gone over the past 20 years. Yeah, maybe. Mostly, they went to London to see Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals and they couldn't find their way home. Now this Oliver dipshit, no, northerners are not under the impression that London has got a greater population than up north because there's 2/3 of Yorkshire people wandering around the streets of London singing Don't Cry For Me Argentina. No, everything looks different in the dark. Tubes are underground, I don't understand. No, it doesn't happen, it's bollocks. What a wanker. Anyway. But it happens everywhere in the media as well. It even happens up north. When I went home, I was sat in my car in a car park while my dad was robbing from Nettles. Sat there listening to the radio, and there'd been a power surge in Blackpool. and the radio had interviewed Karen. She was directly affected, and they interviewed her and she came on the radio and she said, well, it were a Monday night and I was sat downstairs, Rooter in the whippet. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say I was sat downstairs and I heard a big bang and all the lights went out and I thought, oh bloody hell, I think there's been a power cut. And the fuse box had blown off wall and I could smell burning. So I shouted upstairs to the kids, thought, get out. But what? That's not even English. We don't talk to kid thought, no, we don't say that. No, it doesn't happen. So they pick the stupidest person who can't even speak the language to represent the view of this issue to the region and put it on the radio. No, it doesn't happen. Northerners do not need help to make themselves look stupid. We do fine by ourselves. I once got stopped at passport control. I was coming back from a rugby tour. I was in Calais. It's 3 days after the Iceland volcano, so it was packed down there. Everyone's trying to get back to England. And I got stopped because apparently I didn't look like my passport photograph. Well, I had 2 hats on. Well, I had a cap on and then a sombrero. I had bright pink Hawaiian shorts on that I'd worn every day and every night on tour because I was on holiday. I had graffiti all over my body and I had no eyebrows. But my friend in the morning had helpfully, she drew me a big permanent marker monobrow on. While simultaneously giving me a big Hitler moustache. I've realised saying that Hitler's featured quite heavily tonight. Ollie, what are you teaching these students? Yeah, so I had a big Hitler moustache. I walked up and he was like, no. You take your hats off, please. Took my sombrero off. He didn't ask me to take my shorts off, they were alright. He said, can you explain to me like what's happened? I said, well, my friends shaved my eyebrows off and so I drew a monobrow because I didn't want to look stupid. And there is no other way to explain a Hitler moustache other than this is a Hitler moustache. At this point I thought, fuck it, do you know what, I'm not going home today, am I? I might as well tell you the rest of the story. The night before, I dressed up as an Iceland volcano victim. The theme was inappropriate, so I think I was appropriately inappropriate that night. Which is the best kind of inappropriate. Anyway, so I dressed up like that. So I was like, well, I had a red permanent marker, blood tears on my face. I dressed up as an Iceland volcano victim last night. And I had graffiti all over my body and I said, right, well, down my left arm there it says, Ash is the enemy. Then there on my left leg it says, premature eruption equals not cool. And on my right leg just there, it says, I will kick you in the tuna. And a little arrow pointing to my tuna. Yeah, you think it's funny? Didn't crack a smile, this guy. Not one time. I was like, come on. I've got to go home, look at me. Didn't crack a smile. Anyway, he was just about to let me go and I thought, right, thanks for that, I'm going. He said, oh, can you tell me what it says on your arm? Shit. I didn't write this a bit. I woke up in the morning and it was there. I said, yeah, it says, I hate volcanoes. Oh, I wish I lived in Haiti. Thank you very much, I've been Lillian Johnson.
Lillian Johnson.